So welcome to another brand new video, and today we are talking about Workday. Yes, Workday actually is a company that has to do with AI platforms, and they create HR and finance products. But what is the interesting part about Workday, and it was announced on Friday, that's why it's so important now on Monday before the market opened. The market opens in like 45 minutes, but this news can carry this stock for a couple of weeks, and I will show you how. If you don't know me, my name is Danny, and I invested into Tesla when it was an $18 company, and I look for big gainers on the stock market. So make sure to subscribe and listen to that. So the news came on Friday after the market closed. There was a couple of candidates, and Workday was one of the ones selected that will come into the S&P 500. S&P 500 are the 500 best US stock market companies, and every quarter there is a mix. There will be 2-3 companies that are taking out, and 3 or 2 companies coming in to the S&P 500. Okay, so this time it's Workday, and obviously on this news the stock popped 9%, and pre-market we are currently up also about 9%. We are about the $290 per share. You can see here actually we were also $295 in the pre-market already, and if you're looking into the all-time, you see that 290 is actually a big level here. So I think that this will be important. If we go through the level of 290, then I think that we could see some pretty big gains in Workday. Okay, so this level will be important, as you can see, 310. Okay. Then I would say here around 290, right, will be a very important level. You see here another level around 280 that could be support. I'm not a big chart guy, but levels are important to know and understand. So here's another interesting level at 266. But I think like this will be the focus here on those levels. Maybe here give another level at 285. You see each candle here represents a week. So if you zoom out here, you see this was like a top of multiple weeks here. So that can be a level as well. But then, yeah, if you going into the day chart, then you see with those level and the stock here at 290 at the pre-market, once we breaks through, the next level could be 310, okay, which was the all-time high of Workday. And why this should happen, right? This is a news. I'm a news trader. I love news. News move the markets. News can be much stronger than any chart pattern out there. Just for an example, let's assume you have the most bullish chart pattern on Apple, and Apple is actually announcing that they will not manufacture the iPhone anymore, so Apple would go down 50%. That news is over everything. Remember that in the stock market, the S&P 500 inclusion is always a big indicator for stocks to go up, because you have big funds that are buying now the stocks. There's hedge funds, companies that can only buy stocks when they are in big indexes like the S&P 500. So as Workday is going to this league, it's clear that they are being bought. Here's some examples of the last couple additions of the S&P 500, and here you can see PLTR, a big one. I traded this one when it was added, and we will talk about it in a second. But the first day it gained 5.6%, the second day 2.3%, the third day minus 1.2, and so on. And so all in all, it gained a couple of percentage. Same with Vistra, up all 5 days. Same with Uber, up almost all days. CrowdStrike, up all days. So the question is, what are you doing? So either you can obviously buy the stock, and if you liking Workday and what they do, I recommend you research a little bit. But you can do that, Or you can say, well, I am buying options, right? In this case, we most probably, I have a small trading group. If you're interested, go on x10daytrading.com. We aim to have like 15% return of investment. If you go on x10daytrading.com, go to sign up now, set up a call with me, and we see if we can help you as well. We have a software that automatically copies our trades into your portfolio, so you don't have to do nothing. And let's trade to 1 million or more, and maybe quit your job or whatever you need to do with those money. But yeah, so as you can see here, the S&P 500 inclusion is very strong. Let's look into the Palantir stock. So the announcement actually here for the inclusion was the 9th of September. Okay, so 9th of September. Was somewhere here. Let's have a look. The stock was here 9th of September. You see here this pickup from $30 to $35. That was just because of the inclusion of the S&P 500. That's more than 10%. And then since then, the stock was on the whole week. Actually, let's see if we see the 16th of yeah, so you see the whole week it gained even more, another 10% during the week. So it's a news, it's a catalyst that brings up the stock a couple of percentage up. So the question is, can Workday do the same, right? I don't think that they have the potential like Palantir, because Palantir is also kind of a meme stock, a very much discussed stock in this universe, Wall Street bets, right? So I don't think that Workday has the similar character, but I think that Workday can become a $500 stock in the next couple of months. So yeah, if you're interested into that, I think that this is something that Workday can do, right? So maybe not the crazy run from September. I mean, this is insane. I think also pre-market, as you can see, even we are touching, or we are even past $80, which is absolutely ridiculous. But here you can see that from the September, since the inclusion in the S&P 500, we more than doubled, right? So that's absolutely insane. I mean, that doesn't happen so often. We have now a PE ratio of 300, almost 400, which is insane, obviously. And but it's a very interesting company here, and I think that the news for Workday is similarly strong, and I think that we can with a good market here, we are a little bit like plus minus zero. But I think with a positive market today, Workday can see past the 300, and then maybe we see a $500 stock in the next couple of years, right? So I don't think like we will have like directly like a $500 stock for a Workday. Let's be realistic here. I think that this was like very, very, very specific to Palantir, but Workday has a couple of interesting things. Like, for example, also to get into the S&P 500, you must be profitable. So let's Workday earnings. Let's have a look into the Workday earnings. So you can see here that the earnings were positive, and this is one of the conditions to get into the S&P 500, that you are profitable for a couple of quarters. But here you can see they are growing year over year about like 15%, which is quite nice, but not the biggest numbers that you see on the markets, right? But yeah, steady throughout the year. You see definitely growth, but you need to be profitable to get into the S&P 500. That's the condition. So yeah, that's quite interesting. So don't forget to go to X10 Day Trading, schedule a call with me if you want to get in our group to get like 15% on average. We are day trading, we are trading options, so we will trade this move with options. Options move can move 200% while the stock move like 5, 6, 7%. It will be quite interesting. If you haven't watched the other video that I made on SMCI, I don't know why I'm saying it's SMCY. So SMCI is another big gainer here that can move today. And let's have a look. And yeah, all the best and have a fantastic week.